What's up, guys, and welcome to my spoiler review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. You can check out my non spoiler review now if you haven't seen the film. But if you have seen the film or you just don't care about spoilers, let's get started just talking about some of the spoiler things in the movie, and particularly the things that didn't work as much for me. Now, if you see my non spoiler review for this, you'll know that I really enjoyed it. I think it's my favorite MCU film of the year so far. Um, Look, Doctor Strange 2, I think, is a more watchable movie. It's maybe more entertaining, moves faster, it's shorter. But this, there's so much more going on, and so much more that I think pays off emotionally. The stuff with Namor, seeing his upbringing and that he wants to kill Ironheart because she's the scientist behind this technology, and you know we need to basically make sure that she's not going to get out of this alive. Um, so that whole story element to it, the Ironheart stuff, which I hinted at in my non-spoiler review, like the character, like she's building an Iron Man type suit. It's all very cool. Seeing her fly around, see the same kind of view that you have, the POV view from within the helmet. But I just don't think it needed to be in this film. Now, am I saying that I didn't like that? No, I was entertained by it, but it just didn't need to be in the movie. It bogged down the runtime. When Shuri and Okoye have to go find the scientist, Okoye says, "Let me bring Shuri," and the Queen doesn't want that to happen. So whatever happens, which we find out that Shuri doesn't come back. Koye comes back, says, "Hey, look, she didn't make it," and the Queen says, "Look, I've lost too many people. You're done. You're going to become a regular citizen now. I'm renouncing you of your duty." I actually really like that scene. There's a lot of stuff, like character stuff, in this movie that I think actually works really well. It's some of the best character stuff we've had in the MCU in a very long time. Uh, and Angela Bassett totally pulled it off. The first scene, the big scene that she's in the courtroom or whatever it is, where she's basically saying, "Look, my resources. You want my resources. Things have really gotten messed up since T'Challa died, and." Just hold your horses. And if you're not a fan of that, then you can go screw yourself. That's basically what she's saying. Uh, you know, Killing off T'Challa though is it was a choice. I mean, what were they going to do? Were they going to say that he just left and he's just not a part of this anymore? Were they going to Luke Skywalker him? Is he off on Octu or something? No, they kill him off. They say that he had a sickness, and by the time people were able to save him, it was too late. Shuri sort of blames herself. She's guilty in the sense that she could have made this remedy faster, but she wasn't able to. The heart shaped herb that gives the Black Panther power. In the first film, you see Michael B. Jordan's character Killmonger. He takes it, he destroys the whole thing because he wants to end that tradition. This film, we need that back, but it's gone, so she needs to make a synthetic version of it. She finally is able to do it, but not for T'Challa, for herself. She's lost her mother. The Queen dies. Uh, Namor comes and basically says, "You want to screw with us? This is what's going to happen." And their people just totally screw Wakanda to hell. Basically, the throne room, all of it is just done for, and it kills Ramonda, the Queen, Angela Bassett. She goes out. She's trying to save Ironheart. Forgive me, I'm calling her Ironheart. I don't remember what her actual name was, the character's actual name, but that's what she is. That's what the show is going to be called. That she's going to be getting. She dies to save Ironheart, and you know the way it happened, it didn't really bug me, even though I don't think the Ironheart character was necessarily, like I said, great for the film. Didn't need to be in the film, but this thing that didn't need to be in the film ended up was the reason that the queen got killed. So it's like, okay, that's something that didn't bug me as much as the character taking up as much runtime as she did. Like I said, I was entertained. I just think it could have been shaved down. And if you are to shave it down, that's the way to do it. You need to sacrifice a few of these things because there's a lot going on in this film. The first two acts of it are very slow. Namor's introduction I thought was really cool. Really cool with that ship and the attack on that ship. I was actually kind of it was very intense. Like you're watching it in the score as these underwater people start coming up. It almost reminded me of Curse of the Black Pearl, where the skeleton pirates they come up and onto the ship at the end of the movie to to fight. Um, that was just really cool to me, and their design. I mean, I thought it looked really good. I thought that the costumes, the score was all great, but yeah, just some more spoiler stuff. I mean, the M'Baku character, Winston Duke, he's great and he's awesome in this movie. I just wish that they gave him a little more to do. They didn't. He's put on the sidelines for a lot of the movie. But, that's one of the things that I kind of wish that we got a little more of. And Shuri becoming Black Panther. She takes the synthetic herb that she's able to make, and she's finally able to make, uh, and she does it. She takes it and she steps up for people. She's very vengeful. At first, she wants to have vengeance for her mother. She's still grieving from her brother. So she's really just wanting to play no game. She wants to kill Namor for all this, as she says in the film. And the great third act of this movie, the action set piece. I mean, it's really beautiful. It's really entertaining. It's great action. Most of the visuals are really good. Some of them are slightly questionable. I was going, it looks a little off, but none of it was bad looking. Just slightly off sometimes. Um, you have your big fight with the Wakandans and the underwater people. They're going at it, and then you have Namor and Shuri uh, going at it. She's the Black Panther now, and they're going for it. And she rips one of the wings off of his feet, which I thought was really cool. But I mean, I thought she was gonna die, to be honest with you, when he stabs her and it goes straight through her body. I mean, I'm thinking, how the hell is she going to come out of that? I mean, she does. Didn't think she would, but she does. Um, which I guess, I have no problems with it. But I mean, if you were going to kill her off, that would have been the time to do it. She heroically stood up, she fought, and she was killed off. But at the same time, Namor and his people, they retreat because she lets him go. She lets him go, and he's down there, and he realizes he says, "Look, uh, all these attacks going on, they don't know anything about us. They think it's the Wakandans. They're coming after them, and when they do, they're going to come to seek us for help. So maybe down the line, we'll see them actually team up. We'll see these two uh, groups of people become allies. I think that could be really cool. Will Shuri keep the Black Panther ability? Will she sacrifice it? Uh, you know, you have that scene at the end of the film where there's supposed to be that big ceremony in a way that if you're the Black Panther, you have to stand up, and if anybody's going to challenge you, that's where they're going to do it. You're going to fight. Whoever wins takes the throne. So that sort of happened, but Winston Duke comes out and he says, "I'd like to challenge for the throne But Shuri, she's not here. So, not too sure where they're going to go with that. Is she just going to stay with Nakia and say, look, I'm going to leave this behind me. I have no family left there. You go ahead. What is she going to do with the Black Panther ability? It sets up a lot, and there's a lot of questions, and it makes me really excited for the future of the MCU. I believe this is the 30th film in this Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is insane. This is the capper of Phase 4. Phase 5 is going to be starting in February with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, so we'll be seeing more progressions with the Kang character, which I'm really excited for. So, look, with this film, you see that Nakia and T'Challa had a son, uh, which is great. I mean, it's great to see that his name is T'Challa. That's the post-credit scene, the mid-credit scene. There's no scene at the end. There's only one scene in the middle. She brings him down. She says, look who it is. This is Auntie Shuri. His real name is T'Challa. We named him after T'Challa, which I thought was really sweet. And you think had this play out. If this kid is around 9 years old, you would say, okay, so either right before the blip happened or right after the blip happened, she got pregnant, and then she had the baby because T'Challa was out for 5 years. Well, I would think that the baby was born pre-blip. Had to have been pre-blip. Had to have been after the first Black Panther film, before Infinity War, that I think Nakia and T'Challa had the baby, and then he blipped, but the baby didn't. I don't think Nakia blipped either. Um, so they live that 5 years. He lives that 5 years. T'Challa comes back and all this, and then he lives 4 more years. So he's 9 years old, and that's the 4 years following Endgame. I guess. I don't know. Well, there's a lot going on. We don't have a lot of answers, but a lot of speculation, and I love that. I think it's really exciting to see what's going to happen, and I love that the tone is back to a more serious tone. There's humor in the film. Guess what? There's humor in it, but it's not like a parody of itself like She-Hulk was. If you're a fan of that show, hey, I respect you. There's stuff I liked about it. There's a lot of stuff I didn't like about it. If you're interested in my thoughts, check out every episode review of She-Hulk. I got the spoiler videos up on the channel now. But yeah, of this show or this movie, I can't say I didn't like any of it, because I did. It was just some of the stuff I can acknowledge bogs it down from being an excellent film. Like the runtime issue, like the characters that just don't really do much for the overall story of this film, but to the future, like the Ironheart character. I thought everything going on with Martin Freeman's character was really interesting. Did you need him in the movie? No, didn't need him in the film, but it's good to see him. I love that character. I love Martin Freeman. Uh, and we'll see what happens. They break him out at the end of it. You know, Val from Falcon and Winter Soldier and of Black Widow. She's recruiting. She's doing her thing. So look, all really cool stuff, really interesting stuff. And that's my thoughts on it, guys. Comment down below. What do you think about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever? Spoiler thoughts. Maybe there was some stuff that I'm missing. There was a lot in this movie. There's a lot to unpack. But overall, I mean, I think the good really outweigh the bad. And I think the messages and the depth to it, it just made it really special and rewatchable. Even though it might not be the quickest paced MCU film, I think that there's a lot to dig your teeth into. Stuff that I thought tasted not too bad. So that's my thoughts on that, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I got a non-spoiler review up for my very broad thoughts on the film. Like I said, I got She-Hulk reviews. I got Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, if you're into all that MCU stuff. Watching Andor as well. Got spoiler reviews up for that. And other films, all the new releases coming out. We got reviews for Tar, Till, a lot of the new stuff. Banshees of Inisherin. Lots of cool stuff up on the channel. And we got Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery coming out pretty soon. Really excited about that. And also Disenchanted coming out next week as well. We got a review for Enchanted up on the channel now, the first 2007 film. So go overhead and check that out. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Ranking72 and Instagram and TikTok at King Rises 131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my spoiler review for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And until next time, over and out.